everyone, this is Abhinav Jha, Maths faculty at askIITians, and today we'll be discussing a really interesting and important chapter, that is conic sections. Okay, you would have heard about this chapter in your lower grades as well, as everyone would have told you that this chapter is really interesting, at the same time very important for JEE. Okay, so let's discuss this chapter in brief. Okay, so guys, this is really important for JEE mains and advanced, and you can see from the weightage also from the in the previous years, if you combine conic sections and straight lines, that is called as coordinate geometry. So we call that particular thing as coordinate geometry, and every year you can see around 4 to 5 questions that are asked from this topic, coordinate geometry. So around 4 to 5 questions in JEE out of 30 would be approximately, we are getting around 20 to 25% weightage. Some years it can reach up to 6 questions as well. So you can expect in general around 20 to 25% of questions from this particular topic, which is itself a huge weightage which can be achieved. Okay, now if you look at the JEE advanced, this is specifically in terms of JEE mains. Okay, now if you look at advanced, so in advanced we get around 20 to 20% weightage, 20 to 22% weightage in JEE advanced as well. Okay, now let's discuss what actually is conic sections. So it is nothing but a figure formed by the intersection of a plane and a right circular cone. Okay, depending upon the angle, there can be different 2D curves that can be generated, that can be parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, or you can also get circles in that particular situation. So let's go guys, let's try to analyze this particular thing in detail. So guys, as you can see here, we have a double cone, that is one is facing upwards, one is facing downwards, and also we have a plane in the green color. Now this plane is trying to cut this cone in different aspects. Now let's suppose if this cone is cut by the plane horizontally, so we definitely know that there will be a circle that would be coming, isn't it? We'll be getting a circle, as you can see from the top view as well. This is called as the top view, guys. What is this called? Top view, which we are showing on the right hand side, and definitely in this situation we would be getting a circle of a fixed radius. Okay, as you can increase, as this section will be increased, so therefore we will be getting a larger circle as well, depending upon the place in which the plane is cutting. Okay, now let's try to increase the angle, which was 0 degrees. As you can see, this was nothing but 0 degrees. Now I'm trying to increase my angle, so now my angle has increased. So let's say around, it is around 35 degrees. Now as I can see here, that we are getting an elliptical shape, isn't it guys? We are getting an elliptical shape. As you can see that here in the top view, our A and B values, this is called as A and this thing is called as B. So both are now different. In circle, our A is equal to A, you can say. Both are same. Whereas here, this is also called as the semi-minor axis, and this here will become the semi-major axis. The one thing will be major and one thing will be minor, depending upon situation, what is happening. Okay, so this thing is nothing but an ellipse. Now let's further increase our angle and see what's happening over here. Now let's suppose as my angle has reached 45 degrees here, so now we can say that okay, now the ellipse is not formed, because now the plane has actually outstretched and it has reached the top. Okay, so we can very well see in the top view that our surface that is formed is now a parabola. Okay, so now we can very well say that it is a parabola and it will remain a parabola up till some situation. Okay, so now this will be parabola. Now very interesting case is when I actually get my cone at the intersection of both the right circular cones, right? So now if both the right circular cones, it is cutting it in such a way that it is actually passing through this vertex angle. This thing here, my friends, is called as the vertex. Okay, so this is actually passing through the vertex and it is cutting the top as well as the bottom cone, and as you can see in the top view here, we are getting a line. So there is a chance that we can get nothing but a line also. Okay, that is a really interesting case. We'll be studying all these things in detail, why this is happening and when this will happen, which we have already seen few aspects here, but we will definitely look at this in detail later on as well. Okay, so guys, now let's try to increase our angle, and now we'll be discussing that what happens after this. Now guys, as you can very well see here, that if my curve is slightly, if my plane is slightly up above this particular thing, so it will also cut the top as well as the bottom portion. And see here guys, we are getting a hyperbola now. This is nothing but a hyperbola, as we can easily see on the top view. Okay, and one interesting case here also is there, which is nothing but when it is just above and it is just passing through the vertex, and we can very well see here that this thing will nothing but be pair of straight lines in this scenario. This case is called as pair of straight lines. Okay, we are getting two straight lines in this scenario, everyone, which is one of the most interesting and important topics of the coordinate geometry as well, and we'll also discuss this in detail. Okay, so guys, now rest again, if we actually keep on increasing the angle, so the scenarios will retrace, and as you can see now again we will be getting a parabola, and then in some scenario we will get an ellipse, and then if I increase my angle up to 180 degrees, will be back to a circle. So we'll get back the circle, and this whole scenario keeps on repeating as you rotate and you improve the angles in any direction. Okay, so that's all we have, guys. Today we have discussed how actually the conic sections are formed, and you guys can definitely join askIITians to learn more about how and why these things are happening, and we'll also discuss basically what the equations of different conic sections are. So see you then. Take care, everyone. Thank you.